Okay, thank you for joining me today. And then, today we have Stefan join us. And then right now we are recording the video as well and audio. So feel free to share your thoughts, Stefan. Today there are some news. And Stefan, if you have any news, feel free to share. Today I look up the newsletter from ARVRA association. They have newsletter every day or every week. So I find out there's a very interesting news. It's called new company use VR with Pico's advanced eye tracking software to analyze brain health. Wow, when I saw this news, I was a little scared because now, your brain is going to be monitored by, your boss, kind of like that. So, it's let me share the screen. Okay, so if you can see my screen, there's a company called React Neuro. It's a VR company that uses AI and digital exams with the aim of measuring brain health. Today, it announces that it has chosen Pico Interactive's new Neon 2 eye virtual reality headset. So pretty much React Neuro kind of partner with Pico Neon 2 Eye VR headset, and then also equipped with Topi Eye Tracking. Topi Eye Tracking, if you can see my screen, it's a very interesting company. They are targeting measuring, your eye tracking. So it can do a lot of stuff. And I saw their business. Actually, they have 1,000 to 1,200 employees around the globally, and they are a profitable business. So which is amazing. So pretty much Pico. Okay, so let's see Toby. Okay, so Toby. I think when I see this company, I think this is a pretty interesting company. So in Topi Eye Tracking, pretty much they are doing a lot of, let me see, they are doing a lot of eye tracking stuff. Right now, their revenue is $1,500 million per year revenue. Yeah. So the technology they use is eye tracking. They use eye tracking as a sensor that makes it possible for a computer or other device to know where a person is looking. An eye tracker can detect a presence, attention, and focus of the user. It allows for unique insights into the human behaviors and facilitate natural user interface, NUI, in a broad range of device. The ability to control a computer using the eyes is also vital for people who are unable to speak or use their hands. Wow. So pretty much like Hawking, right? Steve Hawking, I think he is using eye or doing all the communication. So so Stefan, do you have any thoughts on the news? Pretty much React Neuro is kind of working with Pico VR headset and Tobi eye tracking, and going to create a kind of like a device or a system that allows enterprise to detect their employees' health or know their brain health. So what do you think of this?
That's, I think it's, eye tracking is definitely needed next in order to anticipate the needs of the user and have a more natural user interface and a more natural experience. But I worry about the adherence, if a business were to do this. I could see this coming into play for military, right? This Pico projector is able to analyze brain waves and eye tracking, not projector, but headset with Neuro, let's say, React Neuro, to deliver biostatistics and wellness statistics on soldiers out in the field. That to me is a completely viable, starting point for research. But I worry about all the time privacy, and now we're getting into a space where you're tracking my eyes and you're tracking my brain. If you can read my brain waves,
scary.
that's raw data right there, and you can do a lot with a little bit. So it kind of worries me about these companies who are going out and creating these things. I just want to make sure that they're doing it with security in mind, and that's not always the case with every business we know. So I guess I wouldn't be one to put on the headset unless I knew that, like I guess Apple does their secure enclave, that all the data is used on device in a specific chip that's completely encrypted with only one wrote in and out, for instance. So I think it's exciting, right? It's the next step that we need to go in. But I just get a little bit worried about some of the ethical implications of that. And I say ethical loosely. That's probably not the best word for this portion of what I was just saying. But I think you get my point, right, Don?
Yes, I have the same thoughts as you. It's like, sometimes we have like a white lines, right? We say something, but we didn't really mean it, right? But with this device, you are transparent. There's nowhere you can hide because it's your brain, right? Unless you lie to yourself, right? So I find out this is extremely scary because everyone will be extremely transparent, right? And especially, this is going to work, be applied in a lot of, enterprise, for example, like Amazon, right? We all know that Amazon workers, there's a machine to detect their, I don't know, like some part of, mental or some physical details to know, like, the manager can know the workers, whether they are concentrating on their work or not. Maybe iris or something. There's a certain device to detect their people, whether they work every single seconds, right? So imagine with this device, like detecting your brain wave. Yeah, it's even scarier than monitor, right? We all know that in enterprise, if some companies, they are so focusing on, the workers, whether they are looking at the right monitor or, right screen and doing the right work. Actually, there is a software right now, and, there are a lot of professional, like some expert companies who are really good at that. So for example, like all the employees, they have the software installed on their computer and screens. So the outsourcing companies will kind of look at, the employees' data and see how they work or like how their monitor is doing. Like there's a data. So pretty much is remote control and make sure you are working at the moment, right? Not really browsing any Facebook or other social media. This is already pretty, monitored your working time during your working time. But imagine that if in the future, if you work for some companies and they want you to wear a headset, which makes sure your brain is always thinking about business during the working time, I don't know. Yeah. So, I mean, it's good that we kind of break up a lot of limitation and start doing something amazing. But yeah, like Stephanie, what you said that before, it's just ethical issues. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you have any news you want to share?
Today, no. I'm still playing catch up, to be honest with you. This work week has kind of wiped me out. But one thing that I did see and I wanted to ask you about is the Vivecon 2021 on May 11th and 12th. If you had looked into that or covered that at all, it looks like they're up to release a headset or two. Two headsets rumored to be launching. One is the Vive Air, it looks like. Maybe a take on the Oculus Quest, this lightweight, wire-free experience. And then maybe a successor to the Vive Pro 2, but it doesn't look like they have any renders or anything on that. So, I remember HTC being kind of the pioneer of this stuff. At least they got us to a great milestone with the Vive. That was the best, right? And then they kind of went dark for a little bit, and it almost went back to the drawing board. I'm excited to see what they break out. I don't know if you had talked about that, Dominique, or have any thoughts on Vivecon 2021.
I remember the news that I saw because I saw a lot of different newses, and maybe I don't know whether that is Vive or not, but it seems like I remember something I read about Vive. It seems like they are going to work with the exercise or fitness, something like that. And so make it even, lightweighted and then, fit for more like a home exercise or, working in them. Yeah, so something like that. And Quest, it seems like they want to make it even lighter and even better, something like that. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if you have any more information. Yeah, feel free to bring it up. Yeah, and today I also read another news which is amazing. It's called, it's on nextgolf.com. Nextgolf.com. The news is Army to equipped first unit with augmented reality headset by fall. So pretty much, this is today's news by Mila Jasper. It says the header says top Army officials told Congress the first unit will be equipped with the Integrated Visual Augmentation System headsets by the first quarter of the fiscal year 2022. So pretty much maybe next year, our armies will wear super cool AR headset. So there's a professional term called IVAS, EEE. I don't know how to pronounce that, but IVAS is the abbreviation of Integrated Visual Augmentation System. So yeah, this is kind of like, for example, if for the military, it's really important to know all the informations or getting all the all the directions from the commander, by using the headsets. So I remember previously I read a news. It seems like Microsoft just had a deal with American military. It seems like it was a $21 billion contract. So yeah, so pretty soon all the American soldiers will wear some AR very advanced technology headset. So yeah, okay, so it is $22 billion. Sorry, I just missed $1 billion. So the Army and Microsoft in March announced that after 2 years of rapid prototyping, Microsoft would produce the headsets, which are based on Microsoft HoloLens gaming device, under a contract worth up to nearly $22 billion. What do you see this news, Stefan? Any thoughts? Stefan, do you have any thoughts?
Hey, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Not at the moment.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, sure. So I think this will kind of upgrade our army and then help our military to to know more about the information during the war. Okay, another news is Apple. Okay, this news is on next.reality.news. Next reality. Okay, so it's by Tommy Palandino. Palandino. Yeah, it was yesterday's news. The header says Apple secures supply chain for AR hardware with around 410 million investment into optical manufacture 26. And 26 is a Roman numeral. Yeah. Okay. So pretty much Apple wants to do, like use LIDAR. Yesterday, I was talking about LIDAR, LIDAR sensor. This sensor is pretty powerful. It's pretty much use laser beams. And similar to bat, bat, when bat is flying, they use sound, right? The sound wave to detect whether there's obstacles in the front. But instead of using the sound like a bat, Apple is using laser, which is using light to detect, any 3D objects. So it will be much more accurate than the sound. So yeah, Apple is using a lot of high technologies to ensure their AR experience is the best. Because usually, like I said before, Apple, once they launch, they always dominate the the market. So that's why they want to be the best. Yeah. So so pretty much they spend for around 4,300. Yeah. Oh no. 410 million dollars investment um, on the device. So yeah. So do you have any thoughts, Stefan, for the news?
Yeah, I think LiDAR is going to be extremely important, especially when we're trying to create realities and new worlds. Just from objects around us, we can scan. And right now, the point clouds the fidelity of them are pretty good, but if we can have that extreme level of detail, that where we can zoom in and zoom in and zoom in with different types of wavelengths, and report it back to the LiDAR camera properly. That's great. That's great. That gives us even more detail in the world that we're trying to create, or the objects that we're trying to scan. And talk about facial features as well. If you can now create your own higher fidelity avatar based on just scanning your face, that's great. I think Apple saw this coming a while back, the need for LiDAR, when they put it in, I forget which model, maybe it was 2 years ago, of the iPhone, and then they put it in the last year's iPad Pro. So hopefully they've been gathering some great data along the way about how to enhance this. But I think it's going to be critical in helping bring real world objects to the virtual.
Yeah, right now I can see that the thing about AR, VR, and MR, everything is coming along together. You see the hardware is getting much, much better. I would say each day. Before it was each year, right? Now is it like even like I would say few years ago it was like each month, but now it's like every day. It's amazing that in this industry, every day I have some news to read, right? For other industry, it's hard to, probably after a few months, there's a new stuff coming up. But for AR, VR, MR, I find out that every day there's something new to announce, which is, this industry is growing pretty fast. So yeah. So okay. So this is today's news. Any thoughts, Stefan? Do you want to add some thoughts or comments?
No, thanks for having me back on. Really appreciate it. It was good to talk to you, and excited to hop on tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, for me, sometimes there are a lot of people. Sometimes there's like, yeah, Stefan. Yeah, I'm happy that you join in. So, so today, the talk will be less boring because yesterday it was only me. So I was pretty much explaining what LiDAR is because I didn't know what LiDAR is, which is great because I have something that I'm learning and then I'm talking. Yeah. And then I was even showing like Wikipedia what's LiDAR. Yeah, but yeah, now I think, yeah, I mean, we all grow as this show or like this chat, this room still open. So I think, yeah, we just grow along the way. Yeah, and then yeah, thank you, Stefan, to join me today, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, thank you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.